The Sarnia Lambton Workforce Development Board is a volunteer-driven, non-for-profit organization funded by the Ministry of Training, colleges, and universities. Located in southwestern Ontario on the Canadian-US border, the board represents a mix of urban and rural communities and is comprised of volunteers from a wide range of employment sectors from across the region. The board's mandate is to identify labor market issues within the region and then to work collectively with community partners in order to address these issues.
Sarnia Lambton Workforce Development Board works within the Sarnia Lambton area, and we work on projects in the community, and we also do labor market research. Workforce development is important because it actually looks at the skill sets of the people here locally and what skill sets that they actually need. So we can work with the college and say these are the trends that we're seeing, and they can put programs in place that have been identified to fill the gaps.
Well, workforce development, they look at things from an overview of the community, of what's needed, what the demands are on a day-to-day basis, and that's what makes them strong. Makes them strong and a great partner with different other groups in the community.
You can't have a successful economy without workers. And we're able to study what we need on into the future so that we will have the workers here to continue to grow our society and economy here in our community. And the Workforce Development Board has been an integral organization for all of us, whether it's employers or other community organizations, to complete that work, provide that information to us so that we can act and react to it.
The whole premise of the work that is done with the Workforce Development Board is to create partnerships where different sectors are represented and we can communicate to try and identify learning needs, project the workforce that we will need in the future, and what we need to put in place to see that those goals are reached.
One of the main functions of the Sarnia Lambton Workforce Development Board is to synthesize current labor market information into a number of different products and reports geared towards supporting economic development and workforce planning initiatives within the region.
In April 2010, we actually released our labor market report that we had taken 19 months to do within the community. So we had lots of one-on-one interviews, we had focus groups, we had a phenomenal steering committee that worked on it. So a lot of community effort went into that document.
What we're doing is bringing together these community groups to really formulate the strategy for promoting ourselves, for making our workforce stronger. We need to prepare for the future. How can we position ourselves best to attract investment, to build a real strong economy? And one of the best ways of doing that is having a prepared workforce.
Once labor market issues have been identified, the board spearheads community projects geared towards addressing these issues. A good example is the Green Energy, Agriculture, and Bioscience Career Fair. The event hosted more than 3,000 elementary and high school students over 2 days and featured a variety of interactive displays from the green energy, agriculture, and bioscience sectors. The intent of the event was to educate youth about the wide range of career opportunities within these growing sectors.
What we're finding nowadays is that kids, instead of deciding in high school what they want to do for their career, they need to start deciding earlier and earlier. Green energy is such an emerging field right now, and I know students are really involved with the environment and how that all works.
I think it'll be interesting for them to come and see what new careers are emerging and what they need in terms of education and experience in order to attain these careers.
I think it's a great event. It's really well attended. There's lots of variety. There's lots of things for the kids to do and see, and all of the exhibitors have really gotten into the spirit of making everything very interactive and hands-on.
Well, we're really impressed with the way the day has gone, especially impressed with the engagement of the youth.
I think that it's good to expand the awareness among potential future employees that there's more to agriculture than just actually farming. Not that farming isn't a noble cause either, but agriculture, I think, from here and into the future is only going to grow as far as opportunities and need for employees.
It's amazing. We've got a great attendance. All the booths seem to have action happening at them. It's just it's exciting, really, and a lot of youth, and that's sort of the group that we're trying to appeal to, and it's perfect.
Well, I think we need to encourage young people to look at career options that maybe are different than what they have in their own home or in their own neighborhoods. Because in the future, we're going to have jobs that don't even exist yet. And so what we're seeing here today are potential jobs for this young people and students to enjoy in the next decade.
The Sarnia Lambton Workforce Development Board is committed to working together with its community partners in order to ensure a healthy and sustainable workforce that will match the future economic needs of the region.
I think it's important to always be looking beyond tomorrow. Sometimes the emphasis is too much on today, and so you really need events like this and groups such as the Sarnia Lambton Workforce Development Board to put together those initiatives to look to the future and to plan for down the road, because again, that is what will sustain Sarnia Lambton.
So ultimately, when we look towards the future, the most important asset that we have is human resources. And the most important service that we can give to our people, and in particular our young people, is to assure that they have an education and training that leads them to a satisfying work experience.
We need new entrepreneurship coming forward into the future, and the Workforce Development Board has been a very important organization to show the different skills that are going to be needed for youth and for other workers that perhaps are in a retraining mode at this time.
The board has always been viewed very positively in being the voice for workforce development in our community. So it's an honor to be part of the board.
For more information about the Sarnia Lambton Workforce Development Board, please visit their website or contact their office.